Hi, this is Ashley Victoria Robinson coming to you from the Pop Spot here at BookCon, and I am joined by the beautiful, talented Rachel Gillig.
Thank you.
How has BookCon been treating you so far?
It's incredible. We drove by to get to the back entrance, and the crowd, we all just audibly gasped. We're like,
oh, really?
People are here to see us. It's incredible. Everyone seems really excited to be here, and including the other authors, so it's great.
Ooh, I want to ask you who you've met, but that's a question for another time.
Okay.
How many Be Wary, Be Clever, Be Good clothes or tattoos have you seen so far today?
Today, I don't think I've seen any tattoos.
No way.
I've seen shirts.
Yeah.
I've seen a few shirts. I've seen a Night in the Moth tattoo, but no Shepherd King duology tattoos yet
Really?
today. I mean,
It's early.
The day is young.
I would have thought you'd be like, so many, please stop tattooing it on your body.
Stop taking your clothes off and showing me your tattoo. No, don't stop.
What's the weirdest body part you've ever seen someone's tattoo your quotes on?
I mean, I don't kiss and tell, so.
Okay, that's the after dark portion of the interview. Some of your work, specifically The Night of the Moth and The Outlandish Night, are based on folk ballads.
Yeah.
Have you always been into folk music, folk stories? How did that love start?
Absolutely. Kind of from like two different cultural points. My grandmother immigrated from Mexico, and she had a bunch of books of Mexican fairy tales. And then I have completely on the other side of my family, the Germanic side. And then we also have a ton of English folk ballads, and also listening to music. There was like a 70s revival of like pop ballad, like English ballads. So listening to one of my favorite artists is called Steel Eye Span, and then there is the Fairport Convention, or not the Fairport Convention, and then
Drop the.
I know, sister.
Somewhere Justin Timberlake's like, what's happening?
Kate Rusby is a really incredible musician from Yorkshire, and she does, she takes old English ballads and just writes them to music. And so I've always listened to those growing up, and yeah, huge inspiration.
I was going to ask you to recommend stuff for people to check out, but you're already one step ahead of me. Your psychic powers are impressive.
They really are, actually.
What have you overheard so far? The Knave and the Moon is coming out
It is.
very, very soon, any minute now. What can you tease us about it?
Oh boy, okay. I like to say this because I said it during my tour, and I've given this away before. So someone asked me, if you were to describe the Knave and the Moon in one word, what would it be? And I said tournament. And I said, if you grew up loving the Heath Ledger, A Knight's Tale, you're gonna like a lot of aspects of the Knave and the Moon. There's a tournament involved. There's a lot of mayhem. It's delightful.
Tournament, mayhem. You've given us 2 words.
Oh, that's true.
BookCon exclusive. Are you going to continue the exploration of the meaning of knighthood?
Oh,
that
yeah.
is a theme that you work on a lot that I really enjoy.
I am. I love the idea of going into any like preconceived notion or institution where people think it stands for one thing. It symbolically seems to stand for one thing, but actually it's got a gritty underbelly or it means something different to other people. So yes, definitely.
Do you have a favorite historical knight? Or maybe historical fictional knight? We love the Round Table, for example.
I'm like,
pretty sure they're not real.
Monty Python. Honestly, that's
you're like, I love Bedivere.
Sir Galahad.
Sir Galahad is a good answer
Yeah.
in every possible expression.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Sir Galahad.
Also, just to keep on the knight theme for one more question, have you watched A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms yet?
I haven't, because I do
Rachel.
this grotesque thing where I think if I know I'm gonna enjoy something, I like purposely starve myself of it.
Why?
Mental illness. I know I'll like it. I think I just, once I start, I won't stop. So I just have to let myself start. I'm someone who rewatches a lot of the same stuff over and over again because it's going to have the outcome. I already know what I'm going to have. I'm not going to experience any like ups or downs.
You're going to inexplicably find yourself weeping.
Exactly, but I have heard that people have enjoyed it.
What are you watching over and over again? What are some of your comfort media? Shame yourself.
No, it's not shame. It's Angela Lansbury's Murder, She Wrote.
Yes, that's iconic.
I've watched, I think there's 13 seasons. I've seen them all now multiple times. I watch it going to bed. I watch it on planes. I also like the David Suchet's Hercule Poirot, and I watch The Office. Both the American and the UK one.
Do you know that Murder, She Wrote is also RuPaul's favorite television show? So you're amongst the greats, frankly.
I am, and Cabot Cove, Maine is like a fictional town, but I have like Cabot Cove, Maine like merch. I wear like sweatshirts. Like someone asked me where this is from. No one does. But,
it's from my brain.
I know. It's from The Murder, She Wrote with Angela Lansbury.
I feel like that would be a great cosplay for like BookCon 2027.
And also like how many shows are made of like people older than 60, just like she's supposed to be a best-selling author, but she's living in this cute like town and she's doing all these things herself. Like it's just kind of refreshing. No one has iPhone face. They just look, I love it.
iPhone face, I would have said surged face. You're a much nicer person than I am.
Surge face?
Yeah, where everyone's kind of got the same plastic surgery, so everyone looks the same.
Like surgery.
Yeah. Sorry for not articulating.
Yeah, like you couldn't point them out in a lineup because they all look the same.
Yeah, like everyone from Love is Blind, you know?
I don't know.
Everyone looks the same. Not to go too far deeper down the Murder, She Wrote rabbit hole.
We can.
But also some of the greatest crossovers with other inexplicable Magnum series of the time where you're like, why did this happen?
There were. I was like, suddenly
there's a 2-part episode where one of the
Tom
Magnum
Selleck is there,
Yeah.
and I wasn't mad, but I'm like, how?
And if you watch both halves, he's really mean in the Magnum PI episode, and then really lovely. Like they're much more collaborative.
They
in
have
the
like
episode.
they know how to speak to their individual audiences.
Very much so.
But I'm not like a Magnum PI person, so I'm just like, why a young man in my old lady show?
Ew, gross.
I don't like it. I skipped that one.
All right, back to your books and the reason why we're here. You are very beloved by Goodreads.
Oh God.
And the Goodreads awards. I feel like you're always nominated. Everything comes out. When you were sitting down and you were creating Diviners for the first time, and the idea and the world and building the mythology, did you ever know that Goodreads was going to love you with such a flaming, fiery passion?
That's the only reason I write. So Goodreads can
Validate
validate me.
Goodreads.
No, Goodreads is such a
Mixed bag.
Well, it mattered to me a lot more when I was a baby author because I was concerned it would be like a make or break situation. If people really hated it, my career wouldn't take off, wouldn't become anything. So it mattered more. And now I'm finding like whatever. Also,
and that's why everyone loves you.
Yeah.
Because you doesn't matter anymore.
I don't
You've
care.
let go of it.
Some of my favorite books have middling Goodreads scores, and I know I have exquisite, excellent taste.
Correct.
And so there's just no possible way that the two like exist in the same place. So I'm right, Goodreads is wrong. I also do think, not to get like political about AI or anything, I do think like The Knave and the Moon is locked down tight. There's no early readers, but there are early like reviews and people are saying like, loved the book. And either they're joking, it's not real, or I do think like you just have to leave room for error in something like Goodreads because I don't know if that's a bot, I don't know it's real or not. So I go in thinking like, I don't know it's real, so I don't care. No.
I would like to end by asking you a big question, because we've done a lot of silliness.
Okay.
Magic systems.
Yes.
I really enjoy the magic system in The Shepherd King, and I'm wondering how you begin crafting something so huge when you're sitting alone in your home. Or perhaps you have a wonderful office with a murder board that you go to.
I did not have a wonderful office when I drafted that book. And I would say it honestly came from, as a fantasy reader, really enjoying a lot of fantasy, but having internal questions about magic systems. I wanted a tangible magic system. So the idea of a deck of cards where there's rules, there's a finite number of cards, kind of worked well for my brain. There's also a mist and infection where it's kind of nebulous. It doesn't make sense, and I wanted something to juxtapose against that. So
you said structure, but also chaos magic.
Well, chaos magic, and then boom, like a structure. And I find like obviously the chaos magic is chaotic, but the structured magic is the one where I like making the rules.
Yeah.
So I think it just comes from my enjoyment of magic, tangible magical objects, a hard magic system, if you will, and then and then
she knows.
and then going from there. Like I liked making the deck of cards.
Rachel Gillig, thank you so much for joining us here in the
Thank you
Pop
for
Slot
having me.
today.